Okay, let's just get straight to it. This is Dr. John Jackson of the Shroud of Turin Research Project. He had his hand x-rayed, and he compared it to the hand images on the Shroud of Turin. Let's go to a more close-up view here. What he did is he turned his thumb inward like that. And on the x-ray image, that shows on an x-ray image, you see the dark silhouette of the thumb image underneath the hand. When a Roman crucifixion nail goes through the wrist, strikes a nerve, and causes the thumbs to turn inward. I had my hand x-rayed like 5 days ago, so this is a really recent photograph, but we needed to update this display so we could see more clearly what we're talking about here. But when an x-ray image is inverted, and this is usually how it's seen, we can see more detail, but again, we can see the thumb. It shows up as kind of a bright spot on the film plate, and on the sepia version of the Shroud, it shows up as kind of a dark silhouette. This is my hand with my thumb turned inward, just like that. I'm just going to pull this away. This is an x-ray of my hand. This is the Shroud of Turin, and this is right here where we believe the tip of the thumb is. You can see the tip. You can see the same here on my hand. When we match those two together, it falls into place. I mean, it's not like a fingerprint match or a perfect match, but we can see that this right here, that is the thumb of the man in the shroud. It imaged, even though the thumb is underneath the hand, the x-rays went through the hand, went through this area first, then through the other part of the hand, and in the process of doing it, that was somewhat, the x-rays could not image all the way through both tissues, so it images as a dark silhouette, like that. And when it's inverted, we see more detail. And it appears more as a bright spot, especially in this area around the third finger. For some reason, when a thumb is tucked underneath, it has a tendency to go to the third finger. And we see here on the image of the Shroud, the tip of this bright spot here on the hand does indeed go to the third finger. Let's go to this image here. This again is my hand. I'm going to turn the opacity to 0. We can see this. I mean, it's clearly obvious. We don't need a microscope to see it. Right there, that is my hand that was x-rayed a couple days ago. And when we line up, like right there, that's where the tip of the thumb is. That's where the tip of my thumb is. And we match those two things up, and it just falls right into place. Extremely compelling evidence of what? Radiation emitted from the body. And as soon as we cross that line, as soon as we establish that this silhouette, this image that we see, this right here, as soon as we establish that that is the thumb tucked underneath the hand, that eliminates every skeptic theory ever dreamed up. Statues, paintings, camera obscura, gases coming off the body, you name it, the entire list. And crosses a line into what would be called a spectacular supernatural event. But this is just one of our displays that we'll be doing in our upcoming videos. We're going to be showing the highest resolution 3D images of the Shroud ever presented on YouTube. Just to give you just a quick glance at a few of those. This is the correct position of the body. And this is the face image. The UV light necessary to simulate the Shroud image exceeds the maximum power released by all UV light sources available today. It would require pulses having durations shorter than 1/40 billionth of a second.
and intensities on the order of several billion watts. We would need a dead body to create the bloodstains we see on the shroud, but we would need a living body to create the body images. This was a two-step image process. The blood was first, and then, 3 days later, the body images were created over the bloodstains. So the forensic evidence on this cloth tells a story of a dead body that becomes a living body, a resurrection.